Hello everyone, it's me, Tsubasa, here with another video. Now, this video is one that I've been talking about making for a little while, especially on my Twitter, speaking of which, shameless plug, go follow that, at brave_Tsubasa. But anyway, that video was top 5 characters for Super Smash Bros. Switch. Now, if you've seen it, I have made another one of that topic, but it wasn't on the serious side. It was almost definitely meant just to be a meme. But I figure, hey, why not make an actual list detailing my actual wants for this game? And that's what this video is. Well, without further ado, here it is. My top 5 characters for Super Smash Bros. Switch. Number 5. Zero from Mega Man X and Mega Man 0. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't really played any of the Mega Man games that much. I mean, I've played a little bit of X on my phone because I bought it, but I haven't really beaten it. I mean, I got pretty far now that I think about it, but I haven't actually played all of it. And neither have I played Mega Man 0. Now, I have played at least like 5 minutes of it at the very least, but I don't remember it in the slightest. It was a long time ago when I played it on GBA for iOS, and since then I haven't played it again. But Zero does look like he would be an amazing character for Smash Bros. Now, people like to complain about sword characters in Super Smash Bros. But I obviously love sword characters in Super Smash Bros. As Marth is my main. I play pretty much all the Fire Emblem characters, and most of them are sword characters. And I play, obviously, Cloud and Link a little bit. Just pretty much any sword character. I'm gonna play it. Unless it's Meta Knight. I don't like Meta Knight. Now, Zero's moveset would be pretty obvious. I mean, he's a sword unit. Most sword units act pretty similar. I don't know much about him, again, but I'm sure he would be amazing in the game, like I've said. I would imagine his moveset would be something like that sword character that's from Brawlout. It's basically knockoff Super Smash Bros. With that one guy from Guacamelee in it. So that sword character has a moveset that you would pretty much expect from other characters, especially aerials wise. It's just kind of a swipe in the air with the sword. That's pretty much how most sword units are. But he does also have a different neutral B that you would usually expect a sword unit to have. He's got lasers, and I guess they're in a way like Falca's lasers, because they can gimp in that way. I would imagine that that would be the kind of thing that Zero has, because as he's a robot in the Mega Man series, and Mega Man is focused a lot on the projectiles, I would expect it to be a lot like that. But as Zero isn't Mega Man, he's not going to be a carbon copy. I wouldn't imagine that his attacks would be focused on projectiles like Mega Man's. But anyway, like I said, Zero would be cool in the game. His moveset wouldn't be the most unique, but it would be pretty cool. And as a sword unit, you know I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna like a sword unit in Smash Bros. If you make it. I made a swords unit. Like, why would you expect me to do otherwise? Anyway, on to number 4. The Final Fantasy series is a series that I recently got into. I haven't beaten any of the games or gotten very far in any of them. Besides, I've only played like 2 of them, that being Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy XV. Hints on what my character may be. But from what I have played, they're really good games. Whether it be the RPG style format that you get in Final Fantasy X, or the more JRPG style format that you get in Final Fantasy XV. Either way, they're really good games, and it's kind of hard to choose between the 2 main characters of those games for me. But the more I think about it, the more this character works out. Noctis from Final Fantasy XV. Now, don't get me wrong, Tidus would be amazing in Super Smash Bros. He would definitely be a good choice. I'm not saying that I don't want him in the game, but I figured Noctis was a better choice. Now, my reason for picking Noctis over Tidus is pretty simple, really. And that's just because Final Fantasy XV is a newer game. I feel like if Nintendo is going to add a Final Fantasy character, or at least another one, it's probably going to be Noctis. I mean, they would want to advertise the other game and say, hey, this character's new, and we should bring him in Smash too. Besides, I have heard rumors that Final Fantasy 15 might be coming to Switch, and if that's the case, then Noctis would be a perfect fit for the game, because it would be advertising their port for their system. Noctis would have a pretty cool moveset as well. Considering the fact that he has the warp thing, I forget what it's called, but it's where you can throw your weapon and warp to it. That would definitely be really cool to see in Smash Bros. No idea how they'd implement it, but if they do, that's cool. Not only that, but Noctis also switches weapons a lot in the middle of combat. If they find a way to put that in Smash Bros., you're going to have a really unique character that I'm sure a lot of people are going to like. As long as you don't make him too overpowered, or people are going to complain about him like they complain about Cloud and Bayonetta. I'm looking at you, Koala. Looking up pictures for this next one was a huge pain, and I never want to put myself through that much torture ever again. This one is Gardevoir. I'm sure you're not surprised that it was a bit of a pain trying to find pictures for this one. The internet is a terrible thing sometimes. Now, my reason for liking Gardevoir, or having Gardevoir as my favorite Pokemon, is kind of weird. So, when I was younger, I used to change my favorite Pokemon all the time. I'm sure that's not a surprise, as I change my persona like once a week. I don't know, something like that. Like, one time it was Marth, and then it went to Roy for like 2 minutes, and then it went to Alm, then to Marth, then to Alm, then to Marth. Side tangent real quick, I'm going to try my best to stop doing that. I'm sticking with Alm, as far as I'm aware. I'm going to keep it Marth on my group channel, so I don't have to worry about them having to change it all the time. But I'm going to try my best, again, to leave it as Alm. But that isn't the point of this video. Back to the topic at hand. So, again, I used to change my favorite Pokemon all the time. Like, it started out as, I don't even remember. It changed so often, I just don't have any clue. But, just one day when I was like 13, I just thought, hey, Gardevoir's pretty cool. I didn't think of Gardevoir as my favorite right away. But the more I thought about it, and the longer I let it sit for a while, I realized, hey, I guess Gardevoir really is my favorite. The thing about Gardevoir is, I don't like Gardevoir for all that weird stuff you find online. In fact, I still find that disgusting, and I kind of wish I didn't have to find that when I looked around. But the cool thing about Gardevoir is not all that weird stuff, but it's just something else. Something about Gardevoir is just cool to me. As Gardevoir is one of my favorite Pokemon, it would be really cool to have them in Smash. Especially if we can get a more mellowed down version of Gardevoir. Like, what I mean by mellowed down. So, in Pokken, Gardevoir was appealing to the people that make the kind of weird things you find online. Gardevoir was very, I don't even want to describe it. It was just kind of weird. But I feel like if we get Gardevoir in Smash Bros, we could get just a Pokemon. Not something that's all sexualized and weird. No one likes that. Sora from Kingdom Hearts is definitely a character that I have thought about having in this game, and through Smash Flash, I have definitely really wanted to have him in the game. Just looking at Smash Flash, there's so much potential for this character. He has tons of different things in his games that could help him out here. Now, I can't list these off. I haven't actually beaten Kingdom Hearts. I've played a little bit of the first one and a lot of Dream Drop Distance. I haven't beaten Dream Drop Distance either. But, and that's besides the point. I still think Sora would be really cool to have in the game. Especially now that Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out pretty soon. Maybe even this year. If that's the case, Nintendo might want to have this character in the game just to up the hype for the game just a little bit. Don't act surprised. You knew this one was coming. Yeah, it's Alm is number 1.
Alm, being my favorite lord, is definitely a character I'm gonna want in Smash. Don't even be surprised. To be honest, if not for myself giving myself the rule, you're not gonna put more than one character from the same franchise in here, I would have had a lot more Fire Emblem characters. The whole list would have been Fire Emblem. People would have been pissed. That is, if people watched the video, which no one was going to. But I knew for sure, out of all the characters that I had in mind, number 1 had to be Alm. As my favorite lord, he definitely deserves to be in the game. Now, the biggest worry that I have is that Celica is going to make it in, but Alm is not. Now, don't get me wrong, Celica's not bad, but she's bland. Like, really bland. I don't know how she can be more popular than Alm. Alm has a lot more character, a lot more interesting things about him, while Celica is just kinda there. She's kinda like Marth in a way, who's also bland. Don't get me wrong, Marth is one of my favorites as well, but I can't admit he's bland. And when it comes to Celica, all she is, oh, I don't like fighting. That's her entire character. That's it. There's pretty much nothing else to her. And if a character like that is the character that makes it in over Alm, we're gonna have some problems. But enough ranting. I know Alm's a sword unit, or sword character, so he would kinda end up like Marth. But not necessarily. I mean, Alm could still be different. Just because they're a sword unit doesn't mean much. Besides, Alm is from Echoes, a game that recently came out. I don't see why they wouldn't choose an Echoes character to put in the game, to be completely honest here. Now, of course, like I said, it could be Celica, and that would suck. But it doesn't matter, really. I would be okay with Celica in, but really, if she takes the spot in Smash Bros. For Echoes over Alm, I'm gonna be kind of disappointed. But I did say enough ranting, so I should probably stop that now. But anyway, like I said, Alm would be an amazing character, and as my favorite lord, I want him in. So that's my reasoning behind that. Well, that's going to be it for this top 5 characters in Smash Bros. Switch, or characters for the game, anyway. And before I go, just want to mention that I had a really fun time making this video. I hope my extra effort that I put into this video shows, and I hope that you enjoy having a little bit more effort in my content. I hope it's a little bit more entertaining than some of my other videos have been. And if you did enjoy it, leave a like and also leave a comment just giving me some criticism, telling me what I can do. To be completely honest, I'm surprised that I was able to make this video out of only iMovie. My hope is that I can make some even better content after I get editing software that works out. But anyway, again, I enjoyed this video, and I hope you did too. I hope my effort comes through and makes it obvious that I put a little bit more effort into this one. And like I said, that's going to be it. These outros always end up really long because I always end up repeating the same thing over and over again. But anyway, it ends here. Okay, see you guys later.